Are you ready?
Here it is, the moment you have all been waiting for, soon to be the biggest show in the world. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we weren't late. Y'all were just a little bit early. That's how I see it. We had some things to take care of. You know, the business behind the scenes. I had to tell Jay to get his Santa hat on because he didn't want to. He didn't want to be spotted without his Santa hat. So we got all that straightened out, and here we are. I see the boomerangs in chat. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, channel members. Everybody here waiting for our late asses. We appreciate it. Jay, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad we're here again, as always. So I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good, feeling fine. Ready to wine and dine 69, you know.
Ooh, hell yeah. There you go. That's the kind of stuff you don't get on Jay's channel. It's just his channel's family friendly. So you don't get that. You get stories about him, you know, dating Marvel coworkers, but you never hear what they did. You get the details here. I will listen. This is the first one we've done since the time change because it is dark as fuck outside.
I think you're right. I think it is.
It's driving me crazy because I look so much better when I have a little bit of natural light because my fucking just get blown out when it's just no natural light. So it kind of sucks. But I guess I just got to live with it. I see a lot of people in chat already, guys. Thank you.
6 o'clock over there? 6 o'clock?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
And it's already dark? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the time change. Spring forward, fall back.
I tweeted both presidential candidates. I said, whoever's going to abolish the time change is getting my vote. I don't care about any other topics. I don't care. That was it. Abolish it.
Did you think that we'd be here a week and a half after your pre-election stream where we were wearing suits and we'd still have no clear indication of who the president is or will be?
I thought it was going to take like 2 extra days, not this long.
Yeah, I figured it was going to take a while. I figured it was going to take I figured it was going to be a shit show, and it turns out that's exactly what it is because it's 2020 and it's government. So if you haven't found out now that you can't trust 2020 and you can't trust your fucking government, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably doomed. So take that as you will. Geeky Pixie is here. What's up, Geeky Pixie? For $5, RK3P0 isn't late nor early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. That's right. That's right. 100%. Thank you, Geeky Pixie. We're like Gandalf up in this bitch. How we do it. But yeah, it's some interesting shit go down. This week, specifically Star Wars. I was saying it on I think Sporking. I think I was on Sporking's pod or his stream yesterday, which we were doing it when YouTube went down completely just for everyone. So the only people that could see it were like people that were there when it started or something.
Yeah.
But I was on there and I was saying how it felt like it was taking forever for Star Wars news. We get a little thing here, maybe once a week you get something interesting. And then you had The Mandalorian, but people really aren't that excited about The Mandalorian either. And then all of a sudden, it's like, ooh, Pedro's a cocksucker. Ooh, Pedro tweeted out Geeks and Gamers. Oh, people are coming after Gina again. By the way, did you know that this is George Lucas's plan for the sequel trilogy? It was just like a flow in like 36 hours of crazy Star Wars news.
So this is domino, man. Just a domino effect. And then the big crying conspiracy that Baby Yoda ate some eggs.
Oh my gosh. Listen, the whole this is what the whole people upset at Baby Yoda eating eggs thing. You should be like upset about it because it was a boring ass trash fucking episode, and his eating the eggs was very unfunny. Like it got to be unfunny. That's why you should be upset with it. You shouldn't be upset about it because, oh my God, he's eating children. Like, to me, that's this, like, I just made a video making fun of someone who called who like was like, Assassin's Creed, you need to change this because this offends this really little tiny aspect of my life that's different from everyone else's. But I went through it. If you're one of those people, take a look at the other side. Look at these fucking dudes who are now chicks that have rainbow mohawks. That's what you sound like, I feel like, when everyone's freaking out about this shit.
My thing was Lucasfilm had to come out and try to explain, like, they're like, well, if you're a horror fan, you might find this funny. And that was our dark humor attempt to make things funny. And that was this trying to, but you want to know the best part about all this? It was in my recent videos. The best part about all this that most people missed is that Funko Pops, everyone's favorite, Funko Pops already made Baby Yoda, like, and the egg canister Funko that you could buy. So they're not going to backtrack on that. They've already got, it's already ready to buy. So it's like you have Baby Yoda and he's got his hands up on that thing and he's got his mouth open. So it's like he's ready to like eat the eggs. So like Lucasfilm already knew it's like, oh, this will be funny. Everyone's gonna love it. Let's make a Funko Pop, everybody.
They were on top of it this time because people complained. They're like, oh, it takes so long for you guys to come out with them. Yeah.
It's like, let's make a Funko Pop. Yeah, everyone's gonna love it. Then everyone's like, some of the tweets are like, I'm a mother and I watched this show with my child and I had to explain to my child why Baby Yoda was ending an endangered species, and that's not okay.
Bro, he literally ate a frog. He already ate the babies or whatever that bitch is gonna have. He ate a frog in season 1. And and like my whole complaint about it was, if you're saying that these eggs are so important, Baby Yoda's eating them, and like the mom doesn't realize it. That was kind of my thing. Like, if I knew this is all that I had left in my line, I would know that I had 42 eggs. Like, you know, but that's just me.
No, I totally agree. Like it just was humorous, and now there's like this big rant out there that Star Wars is making fun of mothers that are infertile.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And I'm just like,
you
guys are taking it too far. Like, what are you talking about? How are they making fun of? It's like, this is that's
the thing for me. That's the thing for me where like I said, these people who are like, wow, this very specific instance, I'm offended because I personally went through this. Those are the people that I get all this shit together and I fucking make fun of you. I make fun of you when you do that because it's ludicrous that you're asking everybody else to be held to this like weird standard that you went through. It's crazy to me, but it is what it is.
So that was my Mandalorian review, because I'm not even reviewing the episode for my channel. That's how
it's too boring.
Uninterested I am in the show. Like, when I go over and watch it, you know, with like my brother or something, then I'll be like, oh, okay, you know. So it's just like, but that was just crazy. That was just crazy. There were some tweets I could have used too that could have really put some people out, but I just used the article. You know, I just used the article and what the article is saying. So
yeah. Lord Soth, I want to give a shout out here. Hey guys, new sub here. Awesome. I denounce white supremacy in all its forms. Well, there we go.
Nice hat.
Probably from EFAP, or not from EFAP, from Friday Night Tights, I would imagine. Lord Soth, I appreciate that, man. And then he also follows up with a £4.99 super chat.
Nice.
Really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. And then Subhuman with a $3 super sticker, little fist bump. Thank you so much, Subhuman. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. I see Stieg in the chat somewhere as well.
Nice. He has forgiven me. The Norwegian has forgiven. It took him a year, but he finally forgave me for making fun of his practical gray socks.
Oh, I mean, listen, if you're wearing long pants, if you're in jeans, ain't nobody gonna see your socks anyway. So
yeah.
Now, if you're wearing shorts,
call on I don't know. I guess I woke up on the wrong side of the gray sock bed. that day when I talked about his gray socks, and I have been paying the price ever since. So I'm glad to have found forgiveness with the Norwegian.
That's right. Chris, for $5, Chris Farcella. After your Fortnite stream, Jay, I went to buy you a beloved Nappa figure. Your first and probably your last as well. Dragon Ball Z figure. Also, yo, Ryan. Yeah,
Chris, you didn't have to do that, man. But thank you.
He put it on. He put it on Twitter, actually. I think so.
I have been away on Twitter, but I know you sent me a DM with some photos, buddy. It is on my list, buddy. I promise. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. It will go. I will proudly display it on the wall of gifts that I've gotten over the years from.
That's crazy.
People.
I actually got something very cool too. I'll probably talk about it on my Sunday stream. I got the guy who wrote the unofficial novelization of The Last of Us, the first game, sent me a copy of his book, basically saying how disappointed he was in the second one, but he gave me a free copy of the first one, which was really cool. Yeah, so I thought that was neat.
First of all, secondly, I need to apologize to anyone who sent me something in my PO box. What happened was, I thought it was on auto renewal, but it wasn't. So when I went down there yesterday, and my PO box has been closed for like a month and a half, and so everything that was sent, they shipped it back. So I was getting a lot of messages. So if you sent me something that was returned, please message me. I will pay for shipping to have it back. I will PayPal you money to ship it back. So, look at Anna. That's nice. I'm glad my face is not scaring you away like it has.
Just here for Drunk's face. You can barely see. He's got his hair covered with the Santa. He's got his eyes covered with the glasses.
My hair is a wreck.
It's because you're wearing dumbass Santa hats. That's what happens. It gets hot under there. Sweaty.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. You guys get the eyebrows, the eyes. There it is. I
think it's your shirt, man. Every time I wear your shirt, I see women do this. They like walk by and they go, hey.
Oh, those shirts make the women drip. There ain't no doubt about it.
I'm telling you.
Bottom line. Chris Arcella for another $5. Baby Yoda eating an egg or frog is nothing compared to Jabba eating a whole humanoid in the comic, The Art of the Deal. Great comic, by the way. And that's what I mean. And Steve brought up a great point that in the second episode, he steals an egg from that mudhorn, and then the Jawas just fucking eat it.
They just eat it.
Yeah, it's so asinine to be making this argument. Someone said they're inadvertently making a pro-life argument. It's true. It's crazy to me. And he also ate a fucking spider straight out of the egg.
Like, I know.
The thing about Baby Yoda, and people are like, it means he might be a villain. It means he doesn't know right from wrong. The motherfucker choked Gina Carano. Like, do you forget that happened? Yeah, he doesn't know right from wrong necessarily.
But this does answer the age-old question. When Luke was in Dagobah sipping on that soup, it probably was Toad's surprise. That's why he was like, and he puts it down in the Empire.
Frog bog soup. Yeah. My nerdy home says it was a dead spider. I don't think so. It just hadn't hatched yet. I mean, like, that could have been the one dead spider that was still in the egg of the 1,000 spider eggs that miraculously conveniently hatched right after. But I don't know. Geeky Pixie. Yeah, Geeky Pixie for $2. I can't be a mom due to my past, and I shrugged. Well, I am sorry about that, but yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, not every piece of media is going to represent your backstory and your history and all this stuff. And it's fucking retarded. It is retarded if you think it should. That's we criticize this all the time.
But Geeky, you didn't go after like Lucasfilm and tell him to change.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She was like, well, okay.
Yeah,
like,
I know. It's like you didn't like these other people that were like, change your programming immediately.
Yeah. Just Nova for $5. Mother lots count. No wonder their species is dying. That's probably it. That's probably it. Thank you, Just Nova. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the fucking outrage over that. What I do.
Wait, hold on a second. This lady can't take care of her eggs, but she can reprogram a dead robot so she can use the translator to talk. All right, sorry. Are we really talking about this?
I
want some egg salad right now. Maybe tomorrow I'll have some egg Benedict. Maybe some escargot. You know, maybe some what's those little rich eggs that people put on crackers? What's that called?
Rich eggs?
Yeah, it's like fish eggs. They put on like
crackers. Caviar.
Yeah, caviar. It's like real expensive stuff that tastes like crap.
When I saw those people eating caviar, all I could think of were the fish or the snail. What the fuck is caviar? Is it just fish eggs? Snail eggs?
Yeah, I think it's just fish eggs. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm not rich enough.
Squeeze it out of the fish, like that's how they get it, or they?
Yeah, they wait till they're right about at the end of their life cycle and about to have babies, and they squeeze them out.
Yeah, escargot is snail, but they mix the snail up with everything, so you know.
Sharks don't fucking have eggs, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, they don't.
Trying to trick me. Trying to trick me.
Jason in the chat said shark eggs.
Raging Rhino for Aussie 299. Almost finished Kenobi. Amazing book. Just saying. Yeah. Kenobi is really good. It's not like super action packed, but I do think that it is a really solid book and builds a lot of lore behind the Tuskens and the history of Tatooine and Obi-Wan and what Obi-Wan's going through in the aftermath of having to fight Anakin. So 100% is a great book. And I think one of the cool things we also got announced today, I'll probably make a separate video, maybe from another channel about it. They're publishing something Star Wars Legends related that we've never seen before. And it's a collection of all of these short stories that appeared in the Star Wars Insider magazines. It's only volume 1 of the collection. So these have never been collected together. You used to have to get each individual magazine if you wanted these stories. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that that's happening. Little bit of a demand for Legend stuff out there, evidently, because that's what they're deciding to make. Now, we do need to get into a couple things. The first thing I want to get into is
what happened? Like your face? Yeah, I was about to say, just turn the sun on in your room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hate it when it's fucking dark out because it gets so fucking bright. It's bright because I'm sharing this screen.
Oh, there it is.
I went over to this screen right here. Our old clown Pedro. This is not the way. We got hoodies. We got we got tank tops. We got it for the females addicted to retail. We got your stuff. We got mugs if you like coffee. We got we got stickers. We got stickers. And we even, for all of the Pedro Pascal fans out there, we have these ones. These come in unisex, which, for if you're a Pedro fan and you have your pronouns in your bio, you can't figure out what fucking gender you are. You might want to go with unisex. That's what I would recommend all Pedro Pascal fans out there.
That's very important. I'm glad you had that, Brian. It's very important to have. Very important.
And, someone said it's Ryan's white privilege shining so bright. Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
As soon as I turn this on, because before I got my dark mode here. I'll show you what happens when I take it off real quick.
Let me get some white privilege. That's as bright as my light goes.
Watch this. So when I put it back to a dark mode thing, there we go. That's a little bit better. But then I pull up that white shit.
Yeah, it's like the sun.
God. It is like the sun. But why? If you had to have seen it. There's no way you couldn't miss it. And it's because Pedro Pascal is an absolute piece of human fucking garbage. Pedro Pascal posted this. Pedro Pascal posted this after the media announced Joe Biden won the presidential election, regardless of any pending legal situation or it actually being confirmed. Pedro Pascal, losers in 1865, Confederacy, Confederate flag. Losers in 1945, the Nazi flag. Losers in 2020, MAGA hats. Right? And this is from Steph, who shared this out. Thank you so much to Steph for sharing this out.
Yeah.
Regardless of all the retards in your comments, including Pedro Pascal himself, pronouns in his bio. Yeah, this is absolute fucking garbage. I think we all know that almost everyone in Hollywood, probably everyone working at Lucasfilm, has a certain political stance that is probably pretty far to the left. Probably a lot of them voted for Joe Biden or support Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. That's not a problem. You're free to support whoever you want. Where I start to have a problem with it is when you equate the people that didn't vote for the people that you like to literal fucking Nazis. The idea that half of the American population, right around there, that supports that person, fucking Nazis. That's what you're calling them, Pedro. And it's disgusting and it's fucking bullshit, and he needed to be called out. And he got a lot more attention for this than I think he was probably expecting.
I'm just saying, like, do you even know what a Nazi is and what they did to people? They rounded them up and he tortures and murdered people. He started a freaking war. I mean, it's what like, what are you thinking, man? Like, what do you like? Do you even know your history? Like, what is this?
I mean, I would imagine he does, because his country, Chile, harbored Nazis.
I know exactly. But I mean, like, what's the compare? Like, what's the comparison here? Like, what are you trying to do? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And we had Stieg on the channel Sunday, and we talked about this stuff a little bit. And, he was like, it's insane that anyone would call someone a Nazi, because they're actually still dealing. There's people out there that still lived through this stuff.
Yeah.
So to equate people who simply vote for the other mainstream candidate as Nazis is insane. And he did delete it, but he didn't really walk it back. We know he didn't walk it back.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because
he brought attention to it. He said, check it out, people. Hey, 500,000 followers. Come check out what people are saying about me. Do your thing. Come check it out.
Yeah, and mocking Steph in the process, because like we continue to say, he is a fucking clown. He is a piece of human garbage. That's why we fucking monetize little fucking losers like Pedro Pascal. This is not the way. Because his way is bitch made. And when he was called out for this is one of the things too. For people that want to say, oh, it was a mistake, he doubled down on it. Back in the replies, he said, you feel me about the MAGA hats though, right? So clearly that is what he thinks. And then when someone fixing Disney Star Wars calls him out, you just compared people with a different and valid opinion on U.S. politics to the Confederacy and Nazis. Shaming people for having a different ideology is as fascist as it gets. Persecution can result from your rhetoric. He mocks that. Persecution can result from your rhetoric. I mean, that's what he wants. He wants people to be calling all of us Nazis, because that's exactly what happened in the subsequent replies. It's exactly what
John Matrix is a Nazi. The guy who served in our military. You know what I mean? The guy, I'm not bringing up anything about you. I'm just saying, John Matrix, who served in our military, who's a proud veteran, and I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. They freaking live in a bubble or something. Like, I don't know. Like, they don't educate themselves.
That's what it is. It's the bubble, man. It's the Hollywood bubble.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then when a couple of them Hollywood people get out of that bubble a little bit, it's like they're such different people.
Oh my God.
They're such different people. It's crazy. They either take their bubble to another place, or they take it to an island. Oh yeah, that's about 45 minutes for me.
That's a big motherfucker.
Yeah. I posted a picture with me and an alligator on my Twitter.
I ain't never seen. I've seen a couple alligators walk around golf courses. I've never seen one this big.
That was pretty big.
When I was I lived in South Carolina for a while, and there was a gator occasionally. On the golf course, he'd be sunning over there, kind of like this, over by a tee box. Wasn't a big deal. That, I ain't getting close to that.
I mean, the truth is though, Florida alligators are kind of sissy. So like he was sitting down, but when he saw that golf cart coming near him, that's why he probably got up and started walking away. Like when you see alligators like that and they film them in Florida, you always see them like walking away because they hate people. They're scared. Even the big ones, they're like, I mean, if you mess with them, they're going to defend themselves, but never, ever, 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 ever do you hear about somebody being hurt in Florida by an alligator. So
yeah,
the same people, like where that alligator goes in that creek,
people swim there.
There's kids jumping in that water, like swimming, because the same alligators that are in my like the creek behind my home, there's freaking kids jumping in that all the time with their parents just watching. And you're just kind of like me, I'm just kind of like, well, they're not my kids. So
that gator made Ryan's twang come out.
Did
you accidentally add a T there?
Your South Carolina twang.
Yeah.
We got the big
I used to see some gators out there by the golf course. I hit my 7-iron and he just sat right up there, swallowed the ball. I decided to just pry his teeth open, stick my head in there. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Brushed teeth lately? Doesn't smell like it. Is that my
Edward, we lost a driver, so we just made up a new rule that we could throw the ball off the tee on the first drive, and then after that we'll use our pitch and putt gear.
It's hard to do it when you don't really know where you're going.
I know what I mean? Raffling on.
Oh man. Kids near gators are greater than eggs near Baby Yoda. Evidently, Grotto Rabbit. Yes.
Common Sense America says, how big a super chat is needed to get drunk to wrestle a gator? Well,
$10.
you have to do it on my channel. And then and then
I don't know how you set up wrestling a gator.
Alligators and stuff. I mean, their mouths are taped, but
yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever watch a show Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
They did one punishment for Q one time where he had to pretend that he was like a fucking zoologist and he was showing him how to like, wrangle a gator or whatever. But they had his mouth taped.
Yeah.
So like it was stupid. I was like so mad at that episode. I actually met those guys. They came to San Diego.
And people don't know that I was actually on an episode of the Gator Boys, which is a show on Animal Planet, for about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Were you just in the background or what?
No, I had speaking lines and everything.
What did you do?
So where I was like running flag football for like youth, it was a church and a school building, like combination, and they had a lake in the back, and so there was an alligator and they wanted to take it out and they wanted to film it, so they came back and filmed it, them taking the alligator out of the back of the thing. And I was there, and I look so stupid. They come in, they mic you up, and they're like filming it, and they're just like they're like, okay, when we pull up in the truck, you walk up and go, there's a big alligator in the back, and I'm like, yeah, it's like this big. It's so bad. It's like so really bad. And then there's a scene where like we all pick the alligator up and put it in the back of the truck, and I go to shake their hands, and like they left me hanging. I'm kind of like,
it just looks awkward.
Yeah, and then you see me like salute them away when they drive away. It's not on YouTube. You gotta pay for it. It's called it's Gator Boys Season 5, Passing the Torch. I'm at the front. I'm in the first minute. I'm at the first minute. So it's me and another buddy and another guy that was there, and like one of the pastors of the church, and yeah, so we did that stupid stuff.
That's
funny, I think it's blocked. So
yeah, I have to sign in with my cable provider.
I have full Gator experience, So that I was on the show. That was a long time ago. I was just like, I came back to America from like the field, and I'm trying to see if I have a little clip of it. I do. All right. I'm going to send it to your DMs.
All right. I'll read some super chats while that happens. Geeky Pixie for $5. Ironic for Pedro to call others Nazis when working for a company that filmed a movie with an eye distance of concentration camps. Yeah, I mean, Disney's disgustingly corrupt, and they'll do anything to save a fucking dime. Thank you, Geeky Pixie. Talking about China. Night Send for $5. Thank you very much, man. It says, did a video on this, tagged you two gentlemen along with Favreau, Gina, and Pedro. Hoping to wake up with some hate from him. Was disappointed. Well, I'll see if I can find out my mentions and retweet it for you, Josh, or Nightsen. I appreciate that. And then Blake Hemlow for Canadian $2. It's my buddies Ryan and Drunk hanging out. Yes, we are. We're chilling, Blake. All right, let me check this out now. Drunk.
It's still sending.
Oh, okay. Right now,
but I found it, so it's like you could. Oh, it might have came through.
Let's see. Yes.
It's so embarrassing, man. It's so embarrassing because like I didn't know what I was doing. It was a while ago. You see me? All right. I don't want you to get in trouble. Look at that. Look at that face, man.
All right, Infusion. Let's do this.
That was the name of like the school that was. Yeah, watch it not even load. Look at that.
Why is it doing that? Hold up.
Isn't that great?
It played for a second. I don't know why it's doing that. Jay probably just deleted it. He just deleted his DM. He's oh my god.
No, I didn't.
All right, let me refresh. Hold up, boom. You guys need this.
Yeah, it's playing on my end. That's pretty. Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do, man? That was a long time ago.
All right, here we go. There's a gator, boys.
It's huge. Yeah, I saw something that was a little unnatural for a giant alligator. So we called the Florida Wildlife Commission and said, "Can you please?"
I don't even.
Hey, look at these two motherfuckers.
That's the Gator Boys.
This is us, Jay. This is you and me.
That's the Gator Boys, man. They come out and they get the gators out.
Can someone put me and Jay's faces on these two guys? Oh man.
Is this water at? Oh, you can just drive right back there. All right, we'll check it out. Good luck, guys.
That was my big
That
line.
was your big line. Look at you. It's over there.
The reason why my hair was like that because I was living in another country. So it's like I didn't want to fool with it.
You didn't want lice.
Yeah.
Drive right back there. All right, we'll check it out. Good luck, guys. Thanks. Man, that's a big alligator.
And then, oh my god.
As soon as I started going to work him, he just blew up.
Whoa. That's kind of
yes. There was a whole other like 35 seconds worth that I didn't like put together. Where I'm watching them like there's me in the back like an idiot, watch like that's where they told me to stand.
Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
There he is.
We appreciate you getting them. Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, look at me, man. Look at that.
Look at the cargo shorts, the camo cargos, dude. I fucking love it.
I think I still have those.
Yeah, I like cargo shorts. I mean, I can hold a lot of shit in there.
Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you guys calling us. These are God's animals.
Now watch this. You're gonna see me stick my hand out.
You harm.
Look at me. I look like such an idiot.
To be in its safest environment, really. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So like, there's my hand out.
You have the gator loaded up?
My hands out. My hands out there. Did you see me? Like I was like, I squeezed my own hand.
Double clutch, and then you're like, really? It's like you get.
We have the gator loaded up. Got him in the truck. were more happy it wasn't going to be put down, that he'd go to a good place. And,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's awesome.
I think I salute him off. There I go. Yeah. there was actually more to this clip. That wasn't the whole part that's in the TV show. Where they go into the water and then then I'm like, what are all those bubbles mean? Like, because the bubbles it's so bad. I just grabbed this. Like, I think I just made this. I tried to make it under a minute so I could send it out like on.
You very
Twitter.
clearly filmed it off of an iPad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Into the gator sun. I like the salute though.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. Where is it? Nice. I was not expecting to see that today.
That was a long time ago. That was like 2014.
That is awesome.
A long time ago. And I was at another country. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I was back for the summer and I was like running football, like at the like basketball and football at the school there. And since I'm the one that like kind of saw the whole thing, it was just like, and dude, listen, man, like half of it was all like staged. So
yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, that's an AB.
Didn't want to be there because like they told us it would take like 2 hours. I was there from like 7 a.m. till 4. And for what? A minute, like less than a minute, you know? And they cut out like all my good lines, which when I finally saw the show, I was like, dang, that's it?
Jane says not as bad as Swamp People. I actually watched like a shit ton of Swamp People.
I love Swamp People.
Shoot him, Clint, shoot him. Like, I watched the shit out of that show for a while.
Listen, man, no offense to anybody, but I had some like Caribbean black people over.
I'm not offended by that.
And we were watching Swamp People. And they were like, do you understand what these people are saying? I was like, sadly, yes, those are my people. I can translate for you. They're like, is that English? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, but like deep down, you know, those are my people, and I could understand what they're trying to say.
Yeah, like I watched. Shnick says I watched it every Thursday for years. I did too. I DVR'd that shit. I really did. Probably about like the first 4 or 5 seasons. Then it was just like, all right, I've seen enough gators get shot in the fucking head. Time to move on. Now I'm gonna watch Swamp Loggers or something. Whatever came next. We do have a super sticker from the Geek Blend. What's up, Geek Blend? With a thumbs up, $2.99 super thumbs up. Appreciate the super chat, Geek Blend. The whole chat's catching up on this side. It's like someone said you look like a mental patient.
I know.
Because your hair probably.
Yeah. Listen, that was like number 2 guard. Just.
Oh yeah.
Just constantly
I had a couple years looking like that too. But I'm glad I started growing it out a little bit. And growing this out too.
Yeah, at least I mean, hey man, I got hair that's still growing, so it is what it is. You can make fun of me all you want.
That's true. It hasn't all fallen out like some fucking people. Like, let's see if I can find, like, you know, I mean, people like this. Hasn't all fallen out like people like Movie Blob.
What a cringe.
Yeah, creepy as fuck, honestly. So this is Lindsay Ellis. She tweets this out. I know, right? I've uncovered the conspiracy of people being friends with their peers. This is a reply to somebody else's thing. Movie Bob decides to say, I, for one, am positively shocked, and then implies that they're friends, right?
But first of all, Lindsay Ellis is a big time feminist, like bitch. Pro, like Me Too feminist type, like that. You got to understand who this person is. Like major like when you think Hollywood feminist, that's who she is. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna
that's who she is. You know, she's one of those. But Movie Blob, I think, is even a bigger feminist than she is. This is the guy. Movie Blog is the guy who
he's definitely got bigger tits.
Defended cuties, right? This is the guy that's defended cuties. This is the guy that has come out and said all these. I mean, the guy. I don't know what do you call him? Like he's
a disgusting piece of human garbage.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and he always tweets at people and just constantly. He's part of that whole like way leftist movement. So the fact that this happened.
And she fucking blew him out of the water. Blew him out of the fucking water. This is honestly really inappropriate and creepy, dude. A selfie at a con several years ago does not mean we're friends. Also, the fact that I have soft blocked you like 6 times and you always refollow is creepy. Take the hint and please leave me alone.
All right, now where did she type this? Because she's got no caps on the front of her sentence. She must have been at her computer, right?
No, she could have been on her phone. I mean, it doesn't say Twitter for iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, my iPhone automatically at least gives me caps after a period. But
she did an I guess, right there. But
yeah.
And so I think what soft block means is you block them, then unblock them. So you're not actually blocking them. You're just making them unfollow you.
Yeah, it's right. That's what happens. It makes them unfollow you.
So he refollowed. That happens 6 times. I mean, I guess, when you look like this, let's see if we can get there. When you look like this,
use his avatar to make him look like thinner and like more cooler, but that's the real.
There you go.
And he posted that, gentlemen.
He's proud of it. It's the closest he's ever gotten to a vagina, so he needs to post it. He's literally bragging. So.
Was that supposed to be a joke? I, for one, am positively shocked.
Yeah, so what he's saying is that I'm shocked that people are friends with their peers, ironically, because look at you and me. We're peers, but we're best friends. Remember that time you got close enough for me to smell you? Like, that's what he's doing right now.
This is honestly really inappropriate. But this is the same dude that types that bull crap about everybody else. Oh my God, man. It's so funny that it's come back. It's come back to him.
And then she says this, getting a bit sick of people calling me a harassment enabling hypocrite for publicly calling out a man who's maybe uncomfortable for years, all while he tried to create an image that we have some sort of connection or relationship where there is none. Listen, if this was just some random dude and not Movie Blob, I probably wouldn't be just, like, super on Lindsay Ellis's side, and I'm not really on Lindsay Ellis's side, because she is like, now she's like out there being like claiming victim, basically. I am not about to accept responsibility for any dog piles that happen as a result of me having to publicly tell him to leave me alone and to stop projecting to his audience that we have some form of relationship. I unfollowed him years ago because of how toxic he is. I slept on it a full 20
toxic. He tweets the same feminist crap agenda that she does. That's so.
Yeah, but he's doing it to try to get laid. It's toxic. I slept on it a full 24 hours before deciding how to handle it. Even blocking him wasn't going to stop him from broadcasting to the world this delusion that he and I are friends. That's the thing to me that's like a little out of this world, because it was one tweet. It was one picture that had 160 likes or something. Like, he's broadcasting to the world that we're friends. I don't know about that.
Unless he's done something else, but it's still pretty funny.
And then, of course, what does he do? He apologizes like the giant, enormous, fat cuck that he is. or like, what he should have done, listen, Movie Blob. Let me give you some advice, Movie Blob. If you wanted to gain the respect, if you wanted, somebody on your side at least, what you should have done is just said, "Wow, you're a fucking cunt." That's what you should have said. Like, you should have just tweeted what she said. It was just a picture, you fucking cunt.
Yeah,
that's what you should have said. But no, you do this. Earlier tonight, I was called out for a post that made a colleague uncomfortable. Full stop. Shouldn't have done
Full stop. I hate that phrase. Full stop, Ryan. Full stop.
Well, he has to say that like well in advance because his stop time is like 1.5 miles because he literally needs people like holding him back to harass his momentum once he starts going.
Full stop, please. Full stop.
Intent, nature of post, identity of colleague, etc. My own feelings. RE, nature of criticism received don't matter. Won't be discussed in public. I apologize. The only important thing is that an action of mine made a colleague feel unsafe and disrespected. I hate that it happened, that I was the cause, and I'm further mortified that my poor initial response centered on my own bewilderment instead of their feelings.
That whole thing needs a full stop. He apologized twice.
Yeah, for that I apologize unequivocally. I'm not planning to address this further or in more detail, certainly not in public tweets. Well, it's not public since you protected your account, pussy.
Yeah, all right. Let me speak to the fellas. All right, listen, fellas. You're gonna zoom me in. If a girl that you like suddenly ghosts you or like whatever, you stop talking to them. Don't tweet an apology. Don't text them apology. Don't do anything apology because it's you're just asking for more trouble. Just if they ghost you, let them ghost you. All right, trust me. Someone who's learned the hard way from years, just let it go, man. Let it go. Don't say sorry. Don't do the whole thing. If they ghost you for a reason, keep them ghosts. If they want to talk to you, they'll unghost you. But I'm just saying, if a girl ghosts you, let him be ghost. Don't come back with like, I'm so sorry. Don't come back with all that. Don't come back. All right, guys, you're just making yourself look like this dude right here. That's all I'm saying. This dude right here.
I'm not
experience. So I'm gonna say
I'm not planning to say anything further publicly here on Twitter about what I imagine many people want to ask me about, other than to say I feel deeply hurt, confused, and borderline gaslighted. But that won't.
How do you feel gaslighted?
Like people trying to say that this is what you meant. Like I kind of get what he's saying a little bit because he just posted a picture and she's like, this is completely inappropriate. You're the most disgusting person in the world. Get the fuck away from me, you fucking creep. So he's like, what?
Come on, man. It's funny as hell.
Oh, it's funny as hell. It couldn't happen to a worse person, which is why I'm laughing.
It could happen. I wish it was Dave Filoni. Anyway, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
that's so funny. Oh,
he's a pussy.
That's all you get from. I feel gaslighted. Nah, man, that's gas. Cause you eating too many tacos, man. That's not gaslighted. Much gas.
He's been eating the small portions of McDonald's.
He's the one who posted the McDonald's challenge. He's like, I can handle that by myself.
It seems like a relatively small portion for the average human being. As if you have any idea what the average human being is like.
Or what the average human being eats.
Yeah. Not entire rotisserie chickens whole. So I can just swallow it.
Six cheeseburgers, 7 fries. We were gonna do that live one of these days. We're gonna like split it. You're supposed to split it, which means I was gonna get 4 large fries and 4 large cheeseburgers. And what was it? Just 2 drinks?
It's not even that. I don't think it's that. Like,
yeah, I think it was 8 and 8 and 4. I think
you would only need to do 2 fries and 4 double cheeseburgers and like 20 nuggets, I think.
Oh yeah, there was nuggets in there too. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anthony Arribas.
Normal. He was gonna do the whole thing by himself.
I mean, I ate 20 nuggets, 2 large fries, and like 2 cheeseburgers the other night. I wasn't even trying. That was just my dinner with a shake. God, holy fuck! I need to go on a diet. Yeah. Anthony Arribas for $1.99. He's dead. He's got a couple dead faces in there. Thank you, Anthony. A lot of people cracking up right now. Biggles Mets for $5. Sorry, I am not really here. I'm on Sophia's stream. RK3P0, the greatest show on the internet. You're not wrong, Biggles, but I'm glad you're hanging out with Sophia. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Chain
then,
theories, like in tears, laughing.
yeah. Dean approved for $1.99 with a game over sticker. The game is over for Diabeto. Movie Bob lost his job at the website. He is losing all his friends because they're finding out that he likes cuties and that he creeps out people. Listen, I said this. I said it like I think a month ago. I don't think I said it live on Friday Night Tights. I think I waited till I was on my own stream talking about cuties to say it. I was like, the reason that Movie Bob is defending cuties is because 13-year-old girls are the only people that think his dick is big. So that is why Movie Bob is really a fan of cuties. At least that's my working theory.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, it's it can't be confirmed. It's just what we heard. Just what we heard. Just whispers.
Take it as a grain of salt.
Yeah, from the Lindsay Ellis camp. I don't know. Now where the fuck were we even talking about? We went down a gator hole and then a Movie Bob hole. I know we were talking about Pedro Pascal being a fucking clown though.
This is not the way. What a great transition, man.
Yeah. That's even Pedro says that when he's looking at how fucking Movie Bob talks to women. He's like, this is not the way. Pedro. This is not the way, indeed. But one thing I did want to talk about.
Let me tell you guys something real quick. That is a perfect shirt and a sticker to have because anytime if you make a video on YouTube and somebody does something like what Movie Blob did, you can wear that shirt in the video and just be like, dude, this is not the way.
That's true. That is true, actually. I have a couple on the way. My Teespring order shipped today, so I'm really excited about that. Steph just put it in the chat right there. Thank you, guys. We got t-shirt. I didn't do the whole thing. I didn't feel like we needed to do like fucking phone cases and everything for that. But for sure, tanks, tees, sweatshirts, coffee, and the die-cut stickers, which are fucking awesome. I have God, I got so many fucking receipts here. I really dig the die-cut's
voice. I hear you, buddy. Thank you. Maybe it's my microphone.
Foul Ball Productions. Thank you, Foul Ball Productions.
Yeah.
I really dig the die-cut stickers. I've got the Raging Ryan ones. I think they're cool. You put them on a water bottle or your laptop or whatever. So, but I did want to get to the fucking ridiculous double standard that these people have. And I wanted to go to the Data Racer tweets and all this stuff. Now, I found this article from Pajiba or whatever the fuck it is. Like probably 12 hours before all the Gina harassment stuff really popped off. I found this article, just this bitch. Gina Carano continues to suck while Pedro keeps our crush on him pure. This was after Pedro posted the Nazi shit. After that, this gets posted. Slander towards Gina Carano, saying Gina Carano's a transphobe and she thinks COVID numbers in the election is a conspiracy against Donald Trump. She's never said any of those things. She's never said anything transphobic. Literally never.
Yeah.
And she's also never stated her political position.
Yeah.
Ever. So you can try to justify and say you can try to say you think you know, and you might. But she's never come out there and endorsed a candidate. She's never come out there and endorsed an ideology. Simply saying we need to clean up our election process. Not once doing MAGA, not once saying the Republicans should have won or did win, anything like that. Just saying that. And how dare she tweet this joke? Now, if I'm being honest with myself, this is the lowest point I've ever had on Twitter.
As a Gina Carano fan.
Yes. It really turned me off in general. The idea that Baby Yoda, this egg eater, that he might win the presidential election.
It's an insult to women and frogs.
It's an insult to frog mothers everywhere. Yeah. How dare you? We
can't have that running the country. We can't have no frog haters.
And
also,
then on
my God, this is awful.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, praising Pedro Pascal for being out there about his activism, who is very much, endorsed a certain side. which is fine. It's his Twitter. Like ultimately, he can do whatever he wants on his Twitter. But when you cross the line into calling fans Nazis, I think that's a big line. There's a big difference between sharing your political opinion and saying, I think that Biden is the best person. I'm rooting for Biden. I'm happy that Biden won, and calling half the country Nazis. There's a big step between that.
Whatever you agree with, just promote that, but don't do it by insulting others who don't agree with you. Like that's where you draw the line. I think Gina Carano's only political tweet was like she wants a fair election.
Yep. And
they got mad at her at that. Who doesn't want I mean, don't both sides want a fair election? Like what? Who doesn't want a fair election? Like that's so stupid that they would get mad at that. So
and then Lord Vader, do y'all think Gina's gonna get fired? No. Not at all. So. Not in any way, shape, or form.
I think she's gonna get her own show.
I think so too, actually. I didn't think that until a couple days ago. But there might be some wheels turning. Hopefully in the next couple of days, actually, maybe we'll get some more news. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That would be, imagine the freak out from these weird fucking gender queer pronouns in bio Pedro Pascal fans if she gets her spinoff.
And what if the spinoff does better ratings?
I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if that'll happen, but yeah. And not somehow missing in this, right? Missing in this entire thing is where he called people Nazis. Yeah. Shocking that you didn't show that. And then, of course, that's followed not too much later by, where is it? I had Data Racer pulled up. Data Racer. Boom. Here's Data Racer with a bunch of fucking tweets calling for Gina to be fired once again for nothing. For fucking nothing. Cancel culture is attacking Gina Carano for being a conservative. Data Racer corrects himself in this, actually. To be honest, Gina Carano never talks politics or claims to be conservative. No one should label someone's personal political beliefs, myself included. So Data Racer did follow up with that, which I think is important. Because she has never, ever said, I'm a conservative. I support this candidate. You're just guessing based on her likes and her Twitter follows, I guess.
Her likes. Just like that creepy Marvel writer who was like, I searched through all the likes and it's a mess down there.
I will be honest, this is a stupid tweet. She's racist, homophobic, transphobic, and a COVID denier and asking for her to be fired. But I do have to say respect for that Twitter. It's Gina Carano, and it's a picture of her with the mascot. That's kind of funny. As shitty as a person as that is, but you got to give props. That's more creative than Mando spoilers or Din Djarin fan or Pedro simp or whatever fucking retard decides to come up with next. That's at least funny.
Who wrote Eat an F and Dick? Like who was that on that
last page? Me?
No. Go back. It's right there in the middle.
It's Sancho. He's a Mexican soccer fan.
Oh.
There was actually 87 other Big Sanchos, evidently. Big Sancho 87. So
yeah, I like the fact that they don't even get likes on their tweets.
Yeah, that is funny. Okay, now it's enough, Star Wars. Just fire this woman. She's way over the line. She's going over the line by liking pictures of crowds of people. That's absolute insanity. And the fact that these people don't understand that is insane. I do think that Pedro was asked to look at this. Look at these people. Shitty Star Wars posts. Let me call that piece of shit out for a second. Shitty Star Wars posts. I've never interacted with that piece of shit, and they blocked me. They blocked me because they're pussies, and probably because they know I've never had a shitty Star Wars take in my entire life, so they would never need to pull anything from my bio. But what an absolute pussy you are to fucking block me for no reason whatsoever. Pedro Pascal, heart eyes, Gina Carano, throw up or sick emote. Heart eyes for calling MAGA people Nazis. That's what it's come to. You love him for that. And we talked about a couple other people who liked this tweet and things like that. It's getting insane. I don't understand how it's happening. We talked about some of these people before.
Yeah, there it is, like cleaning up the election. That was the tweet.
Yeah,
crazy.
God, we are in a literal fucking clown world. Can I get clown emotes in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Can I get clown emotes in the chat, please? Because it's a fucking clown world with these people on Twitter. It really is.
It's just that, like, the people just don't. It's just weird that they believe anything. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I just think
crazy.
That incredible double standard, that's insane. That is insane to think that what she's doing is hateful. When you scroll through her timeline, nothing she does is hateful. She's a incredibly nice fucking person. And it's insane that they're praising this dude for putting out his divisive opinion while trying to call for the other person being fired. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, there's all the clowns. I see it. Wow, the clowns came through the
Yeah, they come through.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's exactly what that is, man. It's just they live in some, I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. They just blow with the trends. And they're like, Pablo will defend us. Pablo will defend us.
Pablo or Pedro?
Or whatever. Pedro. Was that how Jeremy said it?
I don't know how the fuck he was saying
it. I like it when he says Pedro.
Well, I think that the way you're supposed to say it is Pedro.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal. I think that's how you're supposed to say it.
I say Pedro Pencil, but that's just me.
Pedro Pencil Dick? Yeah. I think it's supposed to be Pedro. So and Jeremy's like, Pedro. Yo, Pedro. Come on, Pedro.
He's from Alabama. What do you expect, man?
He's just lucky he can pronounce it even halfway close. The Rookie Critic with a $5 super chat, and it's a tongue twister, evidently. Let's see if I can get through it. Lethal Lightning likes licking ladies, lavender laced long legs, looking lusciously lacking less lucky lasses. Jay, your turn.
Lethal Lightning licks ladies, lavender lace long legs, looking lusciously lacking less laces, tongue tie thread.
You start off so fast. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get through it. That was pretty good though.
It was the lavender. I think that messed me up, man. The lavender kind of. We have to read. Listen, man. In my classroom for kids, we have to read this stuff all the time, like stuff like this. When they're learning like new words, they do it all like rice. Like if they do right, they do all these everything that rhymes. So you got to say it really fast in the class. Lethal Lightning licks ladies, lavender long legs, looking lusciously lacking less lucky laces. That's what I messed up. Tongue tied thread. There it is.
Lasses.
Golly, that's lasses.
All right. Lethal Lightning likes licking ladies, lavender lace, long legs, looking lusciously lacking less lucky lasses.
Lasses.
There it is. That is pretty tough. Good job, Rookie. Good job, Rookie. Thank you for the super chat, buddy.
Prepare children for the real world. Yeah, they do.
Robert Bloomsburg for $5. And I thought Rooster Teeth was a bad company. Guess it's a good thing that company is going the way of Machinima and Interplay simultaneously. So Rooster Teeth is shit. I can't believe Grace Randolph just joined up with them.
Yeah, I was about to say Grace is the new member, right?
Yeah, she's a new contributor for them, evidently. Bless you. Or is that? Did you sneeze?
What's that?
I thought I heard you sneeze for some reason. Must have been something else in my house. Sorry. I thought you sneezed. I was like, bless you. My bad. But yeah, it's what's going on right now. The people that are calling for her to be fired, it's absolutely insane, Robert. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it.
You got a lot coming in, man.
I know we got a bunch of super chats all of a sudden. You guys are blowing it up. Lasses asses, says Schneck. Anthony Arribas for $10. Laugh my ass off. I don't know how you guys do it. It's got to be exhausting being on that platform and constantly seeing these brain dead sheep everywhere. Makes you wonder how these people function in the real world.
It's the best comedy I've ever seen in my life.
I got suspended from Twitter. Let me see if I can find that shit. Actually, I know Jeremy's like, being away from Twitter, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love it. Best thing that ever happened to me. I fucking hated it. I was suspended for 12 hours, and all I wanted to do was call people retards, but I couldn't because I got banned for replying to Pedro Pascal and some other weirdo and saying you're fucking retarded. So that's hateful conduct. I may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. So I guess the assumption would have to be that person is actually a retard.
I like that tweet too. I didn't get in trouble. So
yeah. So I was only gone for 12 hours and it was terrible. You can't even like posts. All I wanted to do was like shit, and it wouldn't let me.
You just get to look at it and go.
and then when you like it, when you press like, a big thing pops up. It's like, you are under restriction. Yeah. And I just kept getting tricked because I kept scrolling Twitter because I was looking for stories and shit. And, oh man, I felt so dumb.
I can't believe I haven't been suspended yet. I've said worse stuff than. Yeah. I guess it's all who you say it to and when they report it.
I use that one quite a bit, so and I don't usually have a problem with it. Thrash Metal Fiend for $5. Don't have much to say other than you guys both rule. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Thrash Metal Fiend. I really appreciate that super chat. It's just a support super chat, and that's awesome, man. Thank you very much.
About 300 people in here. Nice.
Jade Shadow for $2. Ask Jay to pronounce that word.
Drunk, please say philanthropist.
Why did you have a problem saying that the other day or something?
Yes.
I will say it's
philanthropist.
It's weird
that you right?
Well, yeah, I thought you were going to mess up the first part. I would say philanthropist, like not pust, but
it's a Florida way of saying
it. That's what you say about everything.
We speak slang up in this.
We speak Spanish.
Who tweeted that out? That was the best tweet ever. I speak slang up in here. It was that failed quarterback from the Browns, the money quarterback.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. I was on Twitch today, and Lethal Lightning goes, Jay, how do I get a girl? And I go, tell him you're a philanthropist. And I kept saying. And then I was like, wait, did I say that right? Philanthropist, right? I kept saying so like everyone
too, yeah.
So like for like 20 minutes, everyone was like, say it like this, say it like this. And I'm like, yeah, like that's philanthropist. And then once I said it wrong, my brain wouldn't like anyway, I was like, I'm not gonna say it anymore because I keep messing it up. Look at everyone in the chat. Jay say this, Jay say that. Why you want me to talk? Jay say orale. Orale. I'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah, I don't speak Canadian slang. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what Canadian slang is. Mike W.
Says, I have a lot of relatives in Florida. Drunk is incorrect.
Oh, for a rampulpus. This is sardonic sunshine. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Jay's had enough pronouncing things for a second. Let's get into.
Listen to Ryan, like the teacher of the class. Stop picking on Jay. He's read enough. We're moving on to the next person.
He's taken enough of a beating. I want to talk about George Lucas sequel trilogy plans. If I can find that Bound in the Comics article, where the fuck did it go? It was here for a little bit. All right, I'll find it. But did you hear the outline for this, Jay?
Yeah, so apparently Darth Maul was going to come back with robot legs, and Leia was going to be the chosen one. But the way it read was Leia was the chosen one because she's rebuilding the Republic while Luke is out doing Jedi things. You know, like I think that's correct. Is that correct? And so actually Darth Maul is training a female apprentice, which apparently would have more fight up against Leia trying to rebuild the Republic. So that was going to be the big fight, I guess. And Luke would come back and fight Maul and end it. But the whole fight would be Leia and Maul's apprentice, apparently. Is that correct, or is that sort of correct?
I don't know. I haven't heard any of those kind of details about who would be fighting. Let's see if I can find it.
If you just type in Star Wars and like news, there's like all kinds of news stories with like detailed stuff on that.
Yeah, so I have his quotes, right? I have his quotes. Now, this is from Bounding into Comics. They wrote a thing. Paul Duncan is the guy. He's writing this book, the Star Wars Archives, that costs like fucking hundreds of dollars. So go buy it because I teased that George Lucas's sequel trilogy is in it. George Lucas's plan for the sequel trilogy include Darth Maul, Darth Talon as the villains.
Yeah, that's a girl. That's supposed to be a female. So they say. Darth Talon.
Yeah. Oh, it is. She exists in the expanded universe. Let's see if I can find a first good image of her. She's very well known because she looks like a whore. Yeah, she does. But no, she's a fan favorite because of her look. And God, I have the book here, but I'm sure it's fucking down in this article somewhere. Let's see if I can find. Oh, here she is. There's Darth Talon. A Twi'lek. Now, listen, I know that Apollo loves his blue Twi'lek women, but hey, red Twi'lek women probably would do it for him as well. This is Darth Talon from the expanded universe, from a couple decades ahead of when she would be appearing in this movie. But this is Darth Talon, an EU character. George Lucas really liked her for obvious reasons. But here's the actual quotes from this thing. More of George Lucas's outlines for 7 to 9 are revealed. Now, this is him talking about stormtroopers and how the Empire kind of disintegrated. Episodes 7, 8, and 9 would take ideas from what happened after the Iraq War. Okay, you fought the war, you killed people, now what are you going to do? Rebuilding afterwards is harder than starting a rebellion or fighting the war. And this is not an uncommon thing. This is something that they even addressed in the expanded universe, right? About how, wow, it was really easy for us when we were rebelling. We were just fighting to topple this government. Now that we're having to take control and make decisions and rebuild everything, it's way harder. It's a different animal. Okay, you fought the war, killer, just like I said. When you win the war, you disband the opposing army. What do they do? He says the stormtroopers refuse to give up when the Republic wins. They want to be stormtroopers forever, so they go to a far corner of the galaxy, start their country in their own rebellion. There's a power vacuum, so gangsters like the Hutts are taking advantage of the situation, and there's chaos. The key person is Darth Maul, who has been resurrected in the Clone Wars cartoons. He brings all the gangs together. And that is true. That's what we saw in the Clone Wars. Was Darth Maul the main villain? Yes, but he's very old, and we have two versions of him. One was a set with the cybernetic legs like a spider, and later he has metal legs and a bit bigger like a superhero. We did all this in the animated series. He was in a bunch of episodes. So I do kind of, this is what I wonder with this. I am questioning, and I see a lot of people saying they don't think it's real. That they don't think that maybe this has been manipulated. I think this is real. I think this is George Lucas saying this. I just wonder a little bit how much I wonder a little bit how much of this changed, like when this interview was given or when he intended to do this, because it does seem like a lot of that got played out in the Clone Wars that we saw already. Not after, not after the original trilogy, but before, between the prequels and the OT, in the Clone Wars and then in Rebels. We kind of saw the aftermath of that. So I don't know. What's your thoughts about this initially? When you see that Darth Maul is supposed to be the main villain?
I thought the original, like, didn't we hear like the 789 was supposed to be like of the Wells? Like
the Wills.
that kind of stuff. This doesn't really sound like anything like that. Somebody has those outlines. Kennedy has those outlines of what they really is supposed to be about, right? Because they didn't use them, but they paid him to own them. So Disney could own those. I guess maybe they didn't want them released or something like that. Because there's like all kinds of like weird, rumors coming out.
So
it just doesn't sound. It doesn't. This is why it doesn't sound like Lucas, because, excuse me, when he made Revenge of the Sith, he if you watch like the bonus features and stuff, they ask about Darth Maul and General Grievous, because a lot of people were saying you should have just let Maul live and be the Grievous character. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, he talks about how each one of them were a representative of Anakin in some way.
Yeah, and so he was saying that you've got to do something new. You can't bring old stuff back. And so in each movie, you got to do something new. And that was his big criticism of the Disney Star Wars, too. He's like, they didn't give us anything new. So bringing back Darth Maul would kind of like that doesn't sound like something he would do.
The thing is, he already did it. Like, he did it in Clone Wars, unfortunately. And I see a lot of people in chat saying, oh, they set it up at the end of Solo. But Maul is dead.
George Lucas brought it back in Clone Wars?
Yeah. That was, I mean, him and Dave Filoni, but like that was a George Lucas approved thing. He's talked about it. And I don't know where the push necessarily came from, if he was the driving force behind it, but he did approve it and was a big part of the story for that to eventually happen. So he did do it. I think he heard what people were saying, that they missed out on Maul as a character. I think he was trying to do something for fans, I guess, but I think it's a huge mistake. Because
I mean, as much as we cry about it, I mean, it's just like it, once you start bringing people back from the dead, then it makes other people's death not very meaningful. Because you're just kind of like, well, they could bring him back anyway.
Well, then Palpatine's back. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like it doesn't. It's not an impact. It's like, how many times we got to kill him? Like, give me something new. Now it's like, let's bring Luke back from the dead. I'm just like, oh man, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that when you listen to what the interview you're talking about, it talks about how Maul's kind of like the embodiment of that, like, very immature rage, right? Just pure fucking rage, and animal ferocity that Anakin has inside him. You have Count Dooku, who is a fallen Jedi who's lost trust in the Jedi Order. And then you have General Grievous, this fucking half machine, half man monstrosity, right? All of those things were very much, it's like poetry. It rhymes with George Lucas, things that echoed and kind of showed you what Anakin would become. So that was the point of them. There was never supposed to be anything more meaningful in it. I think that this is George saying this, guys. I just don't know when this happened. But like Rhino said, people are saying, oh, well, this is what was supposed to happen, but he died in Rebels. Yes, like Rhino points out, he died in Rebels, which means you can't be in the sequels. Yeah. I don't believe it. George saying it was about the Skywalker family tree. We'll go into what George Lucas also said about it. So the fact that he was in Solo doesn't mean it was setting this up, because in Disney canon, Darth Maul dies in the Rebels TV series before Episode 4. But hell, he could come back to life again, I suppose. He already died once.
I'm saying, it's like what it doesn't matter anymore, because Luke said it best. Is anybody ever really gone in Disney Star Wars? You know, has anybody ever really gone, we're bringing Thrawn back. We're going to change this whole story. We're bringing this person back. We're just going to change it all up. We're bringing them back, people. You know, that's just where the thing is like people don't understand, like going into whatever he was trying to make in 7, 8, 9. Like I said before, I thought it was all going to be about the wells of the Force and all that stuff. And people, it might have been a weirder story, but Lucas could have just been sitting around a round table. You know what I mean? Like
I think that there's.
Think.
I think there's a bunch of different versions of this.
Agreed.
I don't think that everything he's said fits together. Because let's finish reading this, and then we'll get to other things he's said. Right? The movies are about. Darth Maul trained a girl, Darth Talon, who is in the comic books, as his apprentice. Some people are saying that, oh, well, Darth Maul or Darth Talon wasn't the apprentice in the comic books. There's clearly just supposed to be a fucking comma there.
Yeah,
that's obviously what it's supposed to be. She was the new Darth Vader, and most of the action was with her. So there's where these two main villains of the trilogy. Maul eventually becomes the godfather of crime in the universe. As the Empire falls, he takes over. The movies are about how Leia, I mean, who else is going to be the leader, is trying to build the Republic. This was the main story. It starts off a few years after Return of the Jedi, and we establish pretty quickly that there's this underworld. There are offshoot stormtroopers who are starting their own planets, that Luke's trying to restart the Jedi. He puts out word so that of 100,000 Jedi, maybe 50 or 100 are left. The Jedi have to grow again from scratch, so Luke has to find 2- and 3-year-olds and train them. It'll be 20 years before we have a new generation of Jedi. That's the other thing. You're saying that like 50 or 100 people survived Order 66. Now that sounds a lot different from what you would originally shown it as. You know, we did see a couple people surviving Order 66 in George Lucas's era, but not 100 people.
Yeah.
By the end of the trilogy, Luke would have rebuilt much of the Jedi. We would have the renewal of the New Republic with Leia, Senator Organa, becoming the Supreme Chancellor in charge of everything. So she ended up being the chosen one. These things don't make sense in my head.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. I said Wells. I meant the Wills. God, I see everyone correcting me. You don't know what I was saying. Good Lord.
I knew.
Ryan didn't even correct me. He just kind of like let it fly.
I said it the first. You said it once. I said the Wills, and then you just kept going. So
I said Wells again. Sorry.
The wishing wells. The wishing wells of the Force. Let me play a couple things for you. We've listened to this one before, but I think it's important to listen to it again. Does this sound like what George Lucas is describing here?
Star Wars movies. What is your A New Hope?
This is in 2015.
As they clearly are headed to a new franchise.
Well, you know, I hope it's successful. I hope they do a great job. They've, you know, the original saga was about the father, the children, and the grandchildren. And I mean, that's not a secret to anybody. It's even in the novels and everything. But
so the father, the children, and the grandchildren. In this outline, I don't hear too much about the grandchildren being very important.
Yeah.
Right? I don't hear too much about that. So that seems weird to me. There's also something else that I need to find.
He also said everybody knows that because of the novels.
Yes, that's why I know that quote, because I've used it so many times when it's like George didn't care about the expanded universe or whatever. George Lucas, Anakin Chosen One. I really want to hear this. Now, and the Chosen One thing to me is fucking crazy, because for years there's been an argument, right? Because some people used to say, oh, well, does that mean that Luke is the Chosen One? Because he's kind of the one that did finally fulfill the prophecy. And George, right? George specifically said this numerous times.
Yep, no sound.
God fucking damn it.
It's the wells of the Force that gave it no sound.
One movie, and it's meant to be seen 1 through 6. So I think when you watch the actual movie in order, the story will become very clear that Anakin is the chosen one.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force.
to me, like, you rebuild the fucking Republic, that means you became the chosen one.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense to me.
makes no sense. No sense.
You believe it's this boy?
And even when Anakin turns into Darth Vader, he is still the chosen one. The prophecy that Anakin will bring balance to the Force and destroy the Sith. He becomes Darth Vader. Darth Vader does become the hero. Darth Vader does destroy the Sith, meaning himself and the Emperor. He does it because he is redeemed by his son.
Yeah.
So you have accepted the
Right. And then he talks a little bit about Luke and how Luke was able to redeem him, shit like that. But the bottom line is that what he has said before really doesn't line up with this. And like I said, I don't know when this interview was taken. I don't know what could have potentially changed between when he said this and when he gave that interview in 2015, or what the fuck he actually gave to Disney. I do know a couple things. That there was a Star Wars, and I'll get to the super chats, guys. I see the super chats there. I will get to them in a second. There was a video game pitched involving Darth Maul and Darth Talon. So maybe some of the ideas that he was using there, maybe those went into that video game that he was kind of planning, but then never got off the ground once Disney bought Star Wars. Maybe that's where that was given into. I don't know. But we also, like you were saying, Jay, George Lucas, this is him talking to James Cameron. The next 3 Star Wars films, we're going to get into the microbiotic world, but there's this world of creatures that operate differently than we do. I call them the Wills, and the Wills are the ones who actually control the universe. They feed off the Force, which that in of itself doesn't make any sense with what we've seen from the Wills. They are the Force. They don't really feed off of it, but back in the day, I used to say ultimately this means that we were just cars, vehicles for the Wills to travel around in. We're vessels, and the conduit is midichlorians. Midichlorians are the ones that communicate with the Wills. The Wills, in a general sense, they are the Force. So that's what I mean. He kind of contradicted himself back to back. But bottom line, this doesn't sound to me like what he's describing in this interview.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. And the fact when he goes on and he says everybody knows it because of the it's almost like he's like, it's not like I'm telling y'all anything new. It's going to be about the grandchildren, like the way he says it too. It's like, I'm not hiding the fact. Everybody knew it. Everybody knows. So, and then all of a sudden it comes out, no, it's Darth Maul and Leia.
Yeah, Darth Maul and Darth Talon.
How are you the chosen one if you rebuild the Republic? Yeah, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
Unless he's counting Darth Maul as a Sith, and it's like, since Leia rebuilds the Republic, which defeats this group of gangsters, that's ultimately I don't know. George Lucas is known for changing his mind about literally everything.
Yeah.
Even movies that he made 20 years ago, he goes back and changes. Yeah. So the idea that this man may have changed his mind several times is very plausible. But I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Like it could have been just as simple as people sitting around and he just throwing out ideas. You know what I mean? Like it could be anything. Like, listen, I'm writing a book. Okay. And listen, I'm no George Lucas or anything like that. But my original outline has changed about 70%. When I first started pitching it and telling people, it was like this. And now, like a year later, it's like this over here, and it's almost done because, it was just like, it just changed and it grew and it's stuff. But when I had people around me and I was talking about it, it was still, someone could take the early concept of what I was saying and be like, this is what it's going to be about. And then when it comes out, it's like, no, I changed it. So like, that's what I'm saying is this dude could have just been sitting in the corner while Lucas was just like, what about this? And what about that? And this, what, I don't know, maybe, or it could have just been a joke.
Well,
let's just change it and let's make Leia the chosen one. And then the guy takes it and like makes a whole novel.
Well, so the novel is about the making of the prequels. That's what this book is about, a bunch of concept art and shit like that. But there is an interview included with Luke Skywalker that this guy, or with George Lucas, that this guy has. But like you said, happened with your book, that happened with George in Star Wars. Originally, it was Luke Starkiller, right?
Yep.
Like so many things changed from the beginning to the end. So who knows if this was ever a plan and if this was what they turned over to Disney. I do know that there is some concept art in the making of The Force Awakens that has someone resembling Darth Talon. I do know that. So maybe some of it survived. I don't fucking know. But let me catch up with some of these super chats, guys.
Yeah.
Chris Arcella, he has a couple here, and so does Space Windu. Christopher Arcella for $10. I remember this story long ago. Story was told by Lucas's men that Lucas was walking in his ranch and saw a statue of Maul and Talon. And then Chris for $20 says he asked them, who's the chick? They told him Talon. Lucas brought the two statues together and said, and now they're together. The men didn't have the heart to tell him that the two are generations and generations apart. I've heard a rumor somewhat like that. But he did want them to be together. He wanted to tell a story with them together. It was probably going to be through a video game. There was even concept art for this video game made. So it was definitely in the works. George really liked the character of Darth Talon. He saw what they did with her in the EU. So, and as I say that, Fixer says there was supposed to be a game with Maul and Talon. Yeah, exactly. 100%. And I talked about it in my video that I made a couple days ago when all this news broke. Then Space Windu with 2 super chats. He says for $5, but they had the Obi-Wan Maul fight in Rebels and Maul died. So they're canceling Rebels or saying Rebels isn't canon now. It's hard to keep up. This is George saying what his original plans were. This is George saying that I had these plans at one point in time that Disney didn't use or whatever. So this isn't a replace. This isn't what's happening or anything like that. They're just saying that they just put it out there that this was his original plans, evidently. Space Windu for another $5. Honest to God, guys, Star Wars is a fucking disaster.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
They just need to create something new in the side of the galaxy that no one's in a time period. Oh my God, just go do something new. I don't understand.
Just do something like that's what.
Oh, he's yawning, folks. He's yawning. There it is.
I am. They do just
That's
need
what
to.
Star Wars means to Ryan Kinel right now. I'm just telling you, it's a bore fest because they can't get anything right. They can't connect the dots. They can't make up anything new that's fun to watch, that's enjoyable. They've got to like sprinkle in stuff, to stir the pot. And now this whole thing, everyone's gonna be like, George wanted a woman to win and all that. I mean, it's just, you know how those weirdos are gonna take that.
Oh yeah, he wanted the woman to be the chosen one. Yeah. Of course, that's how it is. So it is. I don't know. I do think that this is a real interview. I know there's a lot of people that think it's fake or complete lies. I don't know how they could get away with attributing direct quotes to George like that, not have some like serious shit. But I don't know. Like those are direct quotes from George.
How come nobody else has this information?
I don't know. Why did this cuck-looking dude is the only one that has it? I don't know.
How come George has never, ever, ever said this before, which he always says stuff. Everybody always asks him about his last trilogy, and he always, like the video just showed. He's like, everybody knows it's supposed to be about the grandkids.
This man knows things.
Yeah, look at that face. You could tell.
He knows what happened to the younglings.
In fact, Duncan is promoting the book by detailing that it reveals Lucas' plan for his sequel trilogy. Well, I guess so. If you want to sell it for that ridiculous price.
Yeah, let's see what we have in here. See, the book is
huge,
how many?
Right? Look at his YouTube channel. Like, how many views was on that thing? Like, you get more views on your channel.
Well, I mean, he also has 276 subscribers. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So
for a man that has interviews with George Lucas and has detailed information, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I do think that this is a fucking enormous fucking book. A bunch of concept art of Camino, Slave One, the story, George's philosophy. Let's see where I think maybe it goes into it. Revenge of the
Spoon. Buy the book when you just need to watch this video.
Well, he's not telling you. He's just giving you a hint. He's just giving you a hint of what's in here.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I hope we get more information about this. I hope we find out. I hope we find out a little more information about when this happened. Because to me, this isn't surprising that George could have thought this and said different things. That's who George is. That's what he does.
Is he selling for $150? You said?
Yeah, $150.
There it is. Which after someone buys it, it's just gonna post it all online anyway. Like all the photos and stuff will probably be all over the place.
Not the younglings. Yes, the younglings. The younglings.
It's crazy, man.
I have the Ralph McQuarrie art book, which is fantastic, says Chris Arcella. Nice. That's pretty cool. We have another super chat from Robert Bloomsburg for $5. It's a shame. Star Wars was unique. In fact, you can, if done correctly, insert a character that fits into the background. Yeah, 100%. Robert, I agree. And it's a shame what they've done to it. Not My Star Wars says, in the last 30 seconds, he says those were just some ideas for the sequels, not the actual treatments. I agree. That's kind of what I was saying. I don't think that that's what was given to Disney. I think those are just things that he was throwing around. Geeky Pixie for $5. I checked the book out weeks ago for a bit of light reading. Star Wars fans. This is light. Yeah. Thank you, Geeky Pixie. I agree. And then Mr. Kirk, 2019, $10 pre-episode 3. I got a suspension for calling out pre-episode 3. Do you mean episode 9? Pre-episode 3, I got a suspension for calling out on the Star Wars channel how John Boyega was used. John Boyega tweeted and deleted some replies claiming he wasn't concerned in powering a Twitter mob. Well, that's interesting, Mr. Kirk.
Yeah, interesting.
Huh. Got a suspension for calling out on the Star Wars channel that how John Boyega was used. Well, I mean, he certainly was. I think even he understands that now. And Disney's like having him there like, please, John, don't sue us. We really like black people. We promise. We know we made your pictures small in China, but we love black people. So good. Spot on, Mr. Kirk. You were right. You were right.
Yeah, definitely.
But we have been going a while now. Let's get one more plug in. One for this merch right here, because we don't know the winners of the presidential election yet.
That's right.
But I do know who it fucking should have been. It should have been you boys. RK3P0.
That's right.
That's what it should have been. So go to the Teespring store. Check out the RK3PO merch.
We want a recount, man. That's what we want.
Yeah, we just want a fair election process. That's all we're asking for. We just want access. We just want to be able to see the votes. That's all we're asking for.
That's it. Is that so hard?
Is there anything wrong with that? Well, Clown Pedro thinks so. Clown Pedro doesn't want any recounts. Clown Pedro thinks you're a Nazi if you're not a Biden voter. He is an absolute piece of garbage. He is a clown, and this is clearly not the way, ladies and gentlemen. So check these both out. Let me put the Teespring link in there real quick. Clown Pedro. And I didn't even put the link. Damn it. There it is. All right, Jay, what do you got coming up?
Next Thursday, I have Ethan Van Sciver on my channel. That should be weird. And that should be different. Are you gonna read or are you gonna buy and look at and read all the comics he's ever done in his life before you interview him? Nah. Green Lantern. Cyberfrog. I do have a Cyberfrog shirt I wear. Hit the comment. The first Cyberfrog I have is in a it's in a box somewhere. I'm gonna have to dig it out somewhere, but if I just to find it. But no, it's mostly gonna talk about like Indiegogo and like things like that. So, but yeah. And oh, thank you. And then I'm just trying to build up my other channel. So if you guys are not subscribed to that channel, if you can, that would be great. It talks about, it's a travel channel. It talks about places I've been all over the world and things that we've done. So if the mods can put that in the chat, I'm just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and then work on the watch time, work on the watch time. So I'm over 800 now, which is pretty good because I think at the start of the month, I started with 300. So
damn, I'm going to be 1,000 soon.
So we're getting there, man. We're getting there. So there it is. Look at that. If Steph's in the chat, she could put that link. There it is. Thank you, Steph.
I'll stay subscribed if you post more Gator Boys.
Golly, man. That's pretty scary that he could probably pull that off. It's a real show, man. You could type in gatorboys.com or something, and then you'll see these two buckaroos. And the big dude right here, the big dude owns a barbecue place in Fort Lauderdale. It's got all-you-can-eat barbecue.
I bet he eats his profits.
It's like you go in there one time. It's a one-stop shop, and he just goes to town. He just goes to town, man. Like you can go to town, and then he has an eating challenge in there. That's like $40 if he still has. It's like $45 or something. It's kind of pricey, but you get like this mountain of fries, barbecue and bread, and it's stacked through like a giant stick. If you eat it all, you get your meal for free. So, pretty crazy.
Well, this guy's obviously been getting high in his own supply of all-you-can-eat barbecue. Schnick is requesting a Photoshop. I think I know what he's asking for.
Thank you, Tupac Shakur, my dude. California Loves. Just subscribe to the channel. All right, thank you.
Hell yeah. Kamala Harris's favorite rapper. What's up, man? Mr. Kirk for $2. Yes, I'm at pre-episode 9. Sorry, I got it. I figured that's what you meant. I appreciate the super chat, man. That's fucked up you got suspended, but not a surprise.
Yeah.
Then Robert Bloomsburg for $5. Doesn't Pedro come from Chile, a country that had a fascist regime? Weird. He's behaving like one. Yeah, he escaped the rule of fucking dictators and shit. His family fled to come to America. Now he's being a little pussy-ass bitch. So it is what it is.
I see you, Latino Slant. I'm glad I'm like the best viewed video on your channel that you took that clip of me saying oral mango. Because I didn't say
oral.
Yeah, oral. Orally. Orally? Is that how you say?
O'Reilly.
That's pretty good, man. That's a funny video, though, Latino Saint. That was a good video.
Latino Slant.
Awesome. I loved it. I even shared it with like the Geeks and Gamers team in the chat, in our special chat. So I was like, everybody have a laugh at my expense again. So
that is what it is. But guys, I do appreciate all y'all hanging out for another RK3P0 show. Oh my god, we're about to do a stream on the Geeks and Gamers Twitch.
You're gonna be up late, aren't you, boss?
Yeah, we're about to do a stream in about an hour and 10 minutes.
We're gonna do like rubbing your eyes and like yawning.
We're gonna do Call of Duty Cold War Black Op. It releases at midnight Eastern, so we're gonna do a stream. I don't know how long it'll be able to go, but we're gonna do a little stream when it debuts. The gang together, evidently. So that should be fun.
Download it already?
Yeah, mine's downloaded. I mean, it takes like fucking hours. So
I haven't even bought it yet.
Well, you're not playing tonight then.
Oh no, I wasn't planning on it.
Oh yeah,
it'll take dead asleep, man. Wow,
it'll take a couple hours. But I don't know quite who's playing, but I guess we'll figure that out. Thank you to you guys in the chat. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the super chats, the like, the shares, all of that stuff. And thank you to Jay, as always, for coming on with me. It's always fun to hang out and laugh for a little bit.
I love this.
A little different from my normal content where I'm just angry at everything. So yeah, it's good.
This
good
time we got
spice
to
it
laugh
up.
at like movie Blob and all these Baby Yoda eating egg sad things. It's pretty funny.
That's right.
It's pretty funny.
Tino Slant says, "Peace, man. Keep doing your thing. I will, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it, and we will talk to you next time on RK3P0.
Are you ready?
Here it is, the moment you have all been waiting for. Soon to be the biggest show in the world.
Boomerang!